called Future Earth program. And the Future Earth program actually is supported by a consortium of organizations, or international organizations, scientific, United Nations, and so forth. Okay, and it supposedly is to provide the knowledge required for societies in the world to face risks posed by global environmental change and to seize opportunities in a transition to global sustainability. That's the definition, or the basic hope for Future Earth. And what it will do is it will try to establish a global platform for international research collaboration on the environmental change and so forth, and then provides integrated research on major global change challenges and transformations to sustainability, and strengthen the partnership between researchers, funders, and users of research through what we call a co-design, co-production of research. This is a very new idea for doing research, and it is solution-oriented, aiming to generate knowledge that contributed to new, more sustainable ways of doing things. So that's what the Future Earth research is supposed to do. And this essentially gives an idea how different partners doing Future Earth research, their responsibility. It started out by finding the problems, okay? And this would involve the scientists, engineers, as well as governmental officials, and also now the NGOs. Okay, they define the problem. This is so-called co-design, and then you do the research, mostly by researchers, scientists, but with the participation of the partners. Okay? And then, if you have results, try to implement that. And the idea is that the problem, since the problem was originally designed by this common participation, you have the policy makers, you have the industrial people, society people involved in to define the problem. So they are the co-owner of the program. And if you can solve the problem, then they supposedly are going to support it, to implement it. So that's the idea. As you can see, as you go along, the academic contribution is the largest within this group and that group, with contributions from the non-academic groups. So this is the basic idea of co-design and co-production of research for Future Earth. And the three major research themes of Future Earth is, first of all, dynamic planet. We still need to understand our planet, how it functions. And in here, it's not only the physical environment we're talking about. Of course, it involves biological and even human society, because we are the major player of this whole game. So it has to be included in here, which means that you have to have collaboration among physical scientists, engineers, as well as social scientists in here. Okay, so this understanding. Then we talk about we have to have development, global development, economists and governments and so forth. And hopefully that will be able to transform the society towards a sustainable society. So that is the three major themes for the Future Earth research. And there are some criteria for Future Earth research. It's user-inspired system research, and it answers complex questions and requiring international collaboration, and it has regional to global scale. And most important is it integrates natural, economic, engineering, arts, humanities, and social sciences. Because our civilization really is for human, our society. And so you have this co-design, co-production. And the idea is all these groups contribute to find a solution, to do research, to actually find the solution, and then try to introduce the knowledge to implement the solution. And hopefully, if we have not succeeded, then we can actually learn from experience and try again. So that's the whole idea. And this whole program started just by end of last year. And there are global efforts, but there is also very intensive organization in Asia. So we actually already had quite a few meetings among Asian scientists. In last 2 years ago, we had a brainstorming session of Future Earth in Asia at the Academy, and we come up with a general discussion with these ideas for Future Earth in Asia: coastal zone problems, urbanization problem, population, energy, and the cultural core values. These are the things we think that in Asia we should study, especially this last one, because the idea that Asian values are actually probably more sustainable. Okay, so that's the thing. And then the same year in Beijing, we had the Future Earth in China workshop, and lots of people attended that meeting. And then in Kyoto, they have the strategic research agenda for Future Earth in Kyoto in 2014. And then in that same year, we have a regional networking meeting again at Academia Sinica, and there we propose, and the people have agreed, that we will establish a thematic center for Future Earth research in our region. And that particular thematic center, the theme is sustainable living in natural hazard-prone and resource-scarce regions, which really is Taiwan, and also quite a few other places like the Philippines, maybe Malaysia, and quite a few places in Asia really has similar type of background environment. And then early this year, again in Kyoto, we had the meeting for governance structure for future Earth in Asia. So these are the activities so far in Asia, in our region, on future Earth research. And it's still being organized, the infrastructure is still being formed. Okay.